Imagine a world sculpted by ice and roamed by colossal beasts. Early humans, small in number but great in spirit, navigated this perilous landscape. They faced freezing winds, formidable predators, and the constant search for sustenance. Among these early pioneers, one group stands out, shrouded in the mists of time yet radiating an aura of immense power. These were beings of formidable physique, built to withstand the harshest trials nature could conjure. Picture them, moving through primeval forests, their senses alert, their muscles honed by necessity. They were the silent giants of their age, their footsteps echoing faintly through the vast corridors of prehistory. We speak of a lineage that may well have produced the strongest humans ever to walk this planet. Their bones whisper tales of incredible robustness, of a life lived at the peak of physical exertion. This was raw, untamed power, forged in the crucible of a wild and unforgiving world. Join us as we journey back hundreds of thousands of years. We will peel back the layers of earth and time to uncover the story of these magnificent individuals. We seek to understand their lives, their power, and their crucial place in the grand tapestry of human evolution. This is a quest to meet the Cromerian Man, an ancestor whose physical prowess might cast a long shadow even over the champions of today. So, who exactly was this formidable ancestor? Scientists often refer to them by the name. The term Cromerian Man specifically links to some of the earliest discoveries and the geological period in which they thrived. These were not the stooped figures often caricatured in popular culture. Instead, they stood tall, with a presence that would have been undeniably imposing. They represent a crucial chapter in our own story, a bridge between more ancient hominins and those who came after, including ourselves and the Neanderthals. These ancient humans lived during the Middle Pleistocene epoch. This vast stretch of time lasted from roughly 700,000 to 200,000 years ago. It was a period of dramatic climatic shifts, with ice ages gripping the northern hemisphere, interspersed with warmer interglacial periods. Imagine the world they inhabited: vast open plains teeming with giant deer and wild horses, dense forests sheltering formidable bears and lions. Physically, the Cromerians were truly impressive. Males likely averaged around 6 feet in height, a stature comparable to modern humans. However, their build was far more robust, their bones were thicker, their muscle attachments more pronounced, indicating a life of strenuous activity and immense physical power. The story of Cromerian Man is written in the fragments they left behind, their bones. These ancient relics are precious clues painstakingly unearthed by paleontologists. Each fossil, whether a shard of skull or a robust limb bone, offers a whisper from the past. By studying these remains, scientists can reconstruct not only what these early humans looked like, but also how they lived and the incredible physical stresses their bodies endured. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for their strength comes from a site called Boxgrove in West Sussex, England. Here, a tibia or shin bone belonging to an individual was discovered. This bone is remarkably thick and robust, far more so than that of a typical modern human. The sheer density and the pronounced areas for muscle attachment on this tibia suggest that this individual possessed incredibly strong leg muscles. Another significant find is the Kabwe 1 skull, also known as the Broken Hill skull, discovered in Zambia. This skull is massive, with huge brow ridges and a generally rugged architecture. From Germany, the Mauer mandible, or jawbone, provides further insight. The Mauer mandible is incredibly large and thick, lacking a chin, which is a modern human trait. The Middle Pleistocene was a time of great environmental upheaval. Cromerian Man lived through multiple glacial cycles, long periods of intense cold where ice sheets expanded, locking up vast amounts of water and dramatically altering landscapes. These were followed by warmer interglacial periods where forests returned and different challenges arose. The world they inhabited was also home to an array of megafauna giant animals that dwarfed many creatures alive today. Imagine herds of woolly mammoths and rhinoceroses, giant deer with enormous antlers, and formidable predators like cave lions and bears. Hunting such animals would have been an incredibly dangerous undertaking, requiring not only courage and cooperation but also immense physical strength. The daily life of a Cromerian hunter was likely a high-stakes game of risk and reward. This challenging environment, filled with dangerous prey and fluctuating climates, acted as a powerful selective pressure. Their thick bones and powerful muscles were not accidental. They were the product of countless generations adapting to a life that demanded peak physical condition. Their hunting strategies likely involved getting up close and personal with these large animals. Beyond brawn, the developing mind of the Cromerian. While their physical strength was undoubtedly remarkable, it is crucial to remember that Cromerian Man was not simply a brute force of nature. Their story is also one of developing intelligence and cognitive abilities. The capacity for thought, planning and social cooperation was just as vital to their survival as their powerful muscles. Evidence for their growing cognitive capacity can be found in their brain size. The cranial capacity was, on average, between 1100 and 1400 cubic centimeters. This is significantly larger than earlier hominins and falls within the lower range of modern human brain sizes. Their tool-making skills provide further testament to their intelligence. Cromerians were proficient creators of Acheulean tools, most notably the characteristic bifacial hand axes. Even more impressively, discoveries like the Schöningen spears from Germany, dating back around 300,000 years, show they could craft sophisticated wooden hunting weapons. The relationship between their strength and their intelligence was likely synergistic. Ancient power versus modern might, a strength comparison. It is natural to wonder how the raw power of Cromerian man would stack up against the strongest individuals of today. Modern strongmen and women achieve incredible feats, lifting colossal weights and pushing their bodies to the absolute limit through specialized training, diet, and scientific understanding. However, the nature of their strength, and the context in which it is developed and displayed, is vastly different from that of our ancient ancestors. Cromerian man's strength was not the product of a dedicated fitness regime or a desire to win competitions. It was forged in the furnace of daily survival. Their muscle mass and bone density were adaptations to a life that involved constant strenuous physical activity from a young age. Hunting, carrying heavy loads, processing carcasses, and simply traversing difficult terrain were part of their everyday existence. While a modern, highly trained strongman might outlift a Cromerian in a specific controlled gym exercise, the ancient human's overall functional strength and resilience in a real-world survival scenario would likely be unparalleled. Their bodies were conditioned for a different kind of strength, the ability to perform a wide range of demanding physical tasks day in and day out. Unearthing giants. Why so little known about these titans? Despite their incredible strength and pivotal role in human evolution, Cromerian man, or Homo heidelbergensis, is not as widely recognized by the general public as, say, the Neanderthals or the famous Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis. This relative obscurity is not due to a lack of importance, but rather a combination of factors related to the nature of the fossil record and the historical trajectory of paleoanthropological research. Unearthing their story has been a gradual process, with each discovery adding a piece to a complex and fascinating puzzle. One significant reason for their lower profile is the often fragmentary nature of their fossil remains. While iconic finds like the Boxgrove tibia or the Kabwe skull provide stunning insights, complete skeletons of Homo heidelbergensis are exceptionally rare. More often, discoveries consist of isolated teeth, jaw fragments, or portions of limb bones. This makes it more challenging to reconstruct a complete picture of their anatomy and lifestyle compared to species for which more comprehensive remains have been found. Furthermore, the scientific narrative around human evolution has historically tended to focus on certain key species or missing links that captured public and academic imagination. Only more recently has their distinct identity and crucial evolutionary role become fully appreciated and clearly defined. However, the tide is turning. The ancestral link, our deep Cromerian heritage. The importance of Cromerian man extends far beyond their impressive physique. They occupy a profoundly significant position in the intricate web of human evolution. They are not merely an interesting side branch, but a crucial ancestral stock from which later human forms, including our own, likely emerged. Understanding Homo heidelbergensis is key to understanding the divergence of human lineages that led to the diverse hominin world of the later Pleistocene. They represent a vital chapter in the story of who we are and how we came to be. Current scientific consensus suggests that Homo heidelbergensis populations in Europe were the direct ancestors of the Neanderthals, Homo neanderthalensis. Similarly, Homo heidelbergensis populations in Africa are considered by many researchers to be the ancestors of our own species, Homo sapiens. This makes them a common ancestor, a point of divergence for two of the most well-known human lines. Their success and adaptability across vast geographical regions, from Africa to Europe and possibly Asia, demonstrate their evolutionary significance. They were clearly a highly capable and resilient species, able to colonize diverse environments and thrive in conditions that would have been insurmountable for earlier hominins. Echoes of endurance, the lasting Cromerian legacy today. As we draw our exploration of Cromerian man to a close, we are left with a profound sense of awe. These were beings who faced a world almost unimaginable in its harshness, yet they not only survived but thrived, armed with their incredible strength, growing intelligence, and indomitable spirit. Their story is a powerful reminder of the immense journey undertaken by our ancestors, a journey that stretches back into the deep mists of time, shaping the very essence of what it means to be human. The legacy of Cromerian Man is not confined to dusty fossils in museum cabinets. It lives on within us, in the resilience and adaptability that continued to define the human species. Their ability to innovate, to cooperate, and to endure in the face of adversity laid a foundation upon which all subsequent human achievement has been built. Their tale should inspire us. It speaks of a raw, fundamental connection to the natural world, a deep understanding of survival that we, in our modern comforts, can scarcely comprehend. Their story is a vital part of our shared human narrative, a chapter that speaks of courage, adaptation, and the relentless will to live.